All right, hey everybody, welcome back to another video. It's an MTG video, kind of MTG slash editing video. If you guys like this, obviously leave a like and subscribe. I'll probably not do another one of these videos because I'm just kind of doing a catch-all of everything that I do for Magic the Gathering gameplay video editing. I do podcast editing, but I don't do a whole lot of it. But basically, this is just like, hey, if you want to be a content creator and you have no idea where to start, this is kind of like a video telling you how to start and how to start editing and stuff. So personally, I don't use any paid apps. If you want to, you can go ahead and buy Photoshop and all the good stuff. You don't need to do that. There's plenty of free options out there. And I'm going to show you guys the ones that I personally use and I think are probably the best free options. So say you don't want to pay for Adobe and you don't want to buy Photoshop or you don't want to buy their video editor. I have no idea the names of these things. I've never used them. Like I said, I've always used free products. There's no sense of buying the expensive stuff because sometimes those things, I've heard bad things about Adobe actually. I've heard they like crash and they have all these things and then they have AI features. Yeah, cool or whatever. I don't really care. So the free option I use for Photoshop is called Photopea. You can go here, click install Photopea here. It's free. And you can just like do stuff, right? And it's pretty much a free Adobe Photoshop, and then you just come here, Photopea, boom. You can make new project. You can do thumbnails and whatever you need to do. You can make YouTube profile pictures in here. I don't really do that, but yeah. And then the other thing I use is called DaVinci Resolve. Like I've already searched it because I was prepping for this video. You literally just come here and download it for whatever you have, Linux, Mac, Windows. The studio version is like $99, and this comes with like film grade stuff. Probably stuff you probably won't need for YouTube editing or Magic the Gathering YouTube editing. You probably don't need any of this stuff. It's like $99 for like a lifetime, I think. I've actually looked into buying it. I don't think I'll need it. It does come with like extra like plugins and stuff, which is cool. But I've never really found a use for it yet. You just click it and download. You put all your stuff in. It'll send you like an email and whatever. They're not like super predatory or anything. They're not going to send you like 15 million emails a year. At least I haven't gotten very many. They only really send me an email when there's an update or there's something cool that's happening with DaVinci Resolve. They're pretty cool. Again, like I don't know how safe Photopea is. It has ads, yes. I don't know how safe DaVinci Resolve is. It could be selling your information. I don't know. I don't know at this point. Everybody's selling information, so who cares? DaVinci Resolve, probably the best like video editor I've seen that's free. Like I said, there's multiple free options. I don't know the other ones. DaVinci Resolve is the one I use. I will preach DaVinci Resolve is the best editor. Yes, I'm not a professional editor. I do not do this professionally. I'm just saying DaVinci Resolve is the best one I've used, and it'll probably continue to be the best one I've used. And that's all I'm going to say. Now you see these people with these fancy cards popping up on screen. You're probably like, how do I get this? How do I get this? How do I do this? So basically, you're going to want to try to get this creator badge. And how you get the creator badge is I'm going to pull up the image that they actually sent me. Well, not me, but one of my friends was trying to get it, and I'll pull it up here. It is a creator badge right here. You'll need to be a regular content creator for 3 months. You'll need to be making Magic content specifically. You have to have your content linked with Moxfield profile. And then it can be videos, shorts, VODs, podcasts, art, blog articles. And then you can just email them if all this applies to you. Now you're saying like, well, I haven't been a content creator for 3 months. I just started. Well, you can go to Scryfall. You can type in whatever you want, and you can download these. I don't know why. I'm just gonna. What is this one? What is this? What is it gonna pull up? Nothing. You can just come here, like say you need like an braid. You can just do this. A braid. Yeah, you can click it and you can download it. You just save image. Now that's gonna be a little bit annoying until you get actually at 3 months in. Then you can just start downloading whole deck lists. But you can use this until you get there. You know, it's part of growing and everything. So you just start doing that, right? You just download them, and they'll literally come right to your downloads folder. Like they'll just be a braid. They do have like the sharp corners. Personally, I like Moxfield a lot because it has the rounded corners. Looks like a real Magic card. Yes, I do have an entire folder full of CDH decks, regular decks, in like every single card in Magic the Gathering, probably. Yes, I do have a terabyte, 2 terabytes of stuff. So yeah, I do have a lot of stuff. I have this all on a 2 terabyte drive. Will you need that? Maybe. If you're like me and editing videos every single day, you might need it. I play against a lot of people. I play against a lot of decks. So yes. And then of course you're gonna have all your content, right? You're gonna need a folder for your content. I would do that. That's really helpful. This is all my unedited, raw EDH gameplay. And then of course there is, I don't know what all that stuff is. I'm looking for videos. This is all the finished stuff. I named them specifically what commanders are there. And just kind of interesting stuff that happened in the game, just so I can remember them if there's games that have the same commanders. And then if you want music, you can just download free music from somebody. I use Senpai. I don't know. His name's like Senpai something. I don't know. He had a Google Drive. I can probably link it in the description. And then yeah, I have a specific folder for. I don't really use any of this stuff anymore. I use this mainly for shorts, but I do have like the commanders as I blew them up and then like use Photopea to just export them as like full images here, which you can do this. The quality doesn't look great, but if you're just using it as a background images, it's not going to matter that much. You can do that. And I also just got all the mana symbols just because, you know, if I ever wanted to throw mana symbols up on screen, I can do that. And yeah, that's pretty much all I use. So let's get into actually editing a video. What you're going to do, you're going to download DaVinci Resolve. You're going to open DaVinci Resolve. Simple stuff. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, right? And I do have two monitors, so this is a lot easier for me to edit. Now, if you don't have two monitors, I'm pretty sure you can still just use one monitor. You're going to go untitled project. You can name it whatever you want. I usually don't. I'm not super organized. And then what you're going to do, you're going to, say you want to edit a video, right? I'm going to do this one today. I'm going to see what this one is. 17 minutes. Yeah, we can do that one. We just drag it in here, change frame rate. The frame rate's like, I think it changes to 60. And yeah, and then you're just going to say, so we have Esior Timna, we have Marnius Calgar, we have Krark Timna, and we have Kennen. These are all decks that I have already downloaded. So what you're going to do, just click on them and open them. Let's see what we have. Esper. We have Esper Efficiency Engine. That is by Ozart. We have Esper. We have, what is it? Esper. Okay. Then I have TNT, or TNK. TNK, where's it at? There's a bunch in here. It's really hard to find sometimes. If you don't be like me, separate them in a better way. I don't know. TNK Silent Disco. There it is. And then we have P. Papa Knack Kennen. I think that's the name of this deck. Yep, Papa Knack's Kennen. Now I have all these, so you can sort them by name, and then you can put them as large icon. You can use extra large icons. They're just bigger. Like if you don't know what cards do. Me, I know what all the cards do, so I just kind of search for the name and put them on screen. Now, like I have two monitors, so I usually do it up here. But for the sake of the video and for sake of people that maybe not have two monitors, I'm just going to do it, like this. It's a little tougher, but it's not as bad. It's not terrible. So first step, I'm gonna show you guys my keybinds. I have keybinds set up specifically to make editing easier. So let's go to Control-Alt-K, or you can just click DaVinci Resolve keyboard customization. And then what you're going to do, you're going to go to Edit, or no, yeah, Trim. You're going to go to Trim. I think it's Trim. Maybe I'm clicking the wrong clip, maybe. Clip. Nope. Timeline. Is that the right one? Yeah, so Timeline. You're going to do split clips to 1 or 2. It doesn't matter. You can do it to anything that's reachable for you. Do it there. If you are a gamer and you do WASD, you can do that on W and S, or you can do it on E and Q, or you can just do it on 1 and 2 like I do. And then I'm trying to find the other one. There's a one called Ripple Delete. Let's Ripple Delete. Yep, Ripple Delete. There it is. It's an edit, so you can just kind of search that up. Edit, and then scroll down. Ripple Delete. You can put this on 1 or 2, or like I said, you can put it on W or S. Just put on the other one so don't put them on the same one, because that's not going to do much. So yeah, I do that, and then if I'm feeling real frisky, I'll do some stuff like I do have what's it, playback? Let's see if I can find it. Yeah, fast forward and reverse. I have them on A and D. So forward is is D, backwards is A. This is if I'm being really lazy and don't feel like moving my mouse a whole lot. I can do that. But I like to move my mouse a lot, so you can do this, you can not do this. It's kind of hard, to be honest. But I do it if I'm like really trying to grind out if I'm trying to be lazy and grind out a video at the same time. So yeah, you can do that. It's like super okay. I mean, it's a little hard sometimes because you can if you get it up to like 64, your computer lags. But yeah, that's all the keybinds I have set up. So first up, you're just gonna go where your video starts. I think I started recording a little early.
I guess.
So
I guess.
a lot of money. Usually start where I say any pre-games.
No pre-games.
Pre-games. Yep, right there. Edit that stuff out. So literally what I'm doing, so with the split clip, you click 2 and you split it. And then with the ripple delete, you can just click 1 and it'll delete it. I'm going to undo that because I actually want that part in the video. Pre-games. Pre-com. There's some weird stuff said in the video.
All right.
After this, I'll draw. Okay, so there's probably going to be nothing said after this for a little bit. So he plays game actions.
That's a bad card.
And then we'll just be like, let's go.
That's a bad card.
Bad
We're
card?
gonna go with a...
All right, this is all dead space.
Tomb.
Okay, we can cut that out. Ancient Tomb, cool. I'm going to go to his deck list. He played an Ancient Tomb. I'm going to drag it in. All right. Now, I do have this little sidebar up over here. I do fix it later, but for the time being, I'm going to move X position to 240. If you do not have the sidebar up, you can just keep it at 0 because that's pretty much in the middle. If you have the sidebar up, it's going to be a little screwy, so just move it to 240. That's probably the best position I found. So at the beginning of the clip, you're going to click these dots over here, just the top one, and you're going to leave that like that. And then you're going to make it go down to 0 if you want it to be animated or whatever. And then what you're going to do, you're going to click it. You're going to drag your playhead to about like right here. That's a good space. You're going to click these dots again, and you're going to drag this up to about 400 is where I like to do it at. 400, 450, wherever you want to be at. And yeah, it'll look something like this.
Ancient Tomb.
And it'll be pretty much right wherever he says it. And then and then you can cut right here. And then wait till he does another game action. He says Mox Diamond. Mox Diamond. Okay, now we're going to pull this up. And we are going to pull the Mox Diamond end right here.
Diamond pitching a godless.
Mox Diamond. We should probably do a little bit farther back, like right here.
And a Mox
Diamond. Okay, that's where it says Mox Diamond. Now we're going to click on the Ancient Tomb. I'm going to click Control C. Control C is it's going to copy it, right? Now, after we could click Control C, we're going to click on Mox Diamond, right? We're going to Alt V. Alt V will bring up Paste Attributes tab. We're going to do, you're just going to click this little button here, and this will paste all the attributes, so you don't have to do any more stuff. And then you're just going to click Apply, right? And now, if you watch it back, Ancient Tomb's going to pop up, and then Mox Diamond's going to pop up.
A godless shrine.
And I always put what they pitch. So he pitched a godless shrine. So we're going to go get godless shrine. This is a pretty simple process. We're going to click Alt V again. We're going to do this. Godless shrine. Cool. Now there's some dead space. And let's see.
Let's just go for a little bit of...
Let's just go for a little bit of... Okay, we can leave that in because it'll sound a little weird if we don't. A little bit of Delny. A little bit of Delny. Okay, so then we're going to do Delny, right? Delny, where's Delny? Right here. That's a Delny art. Okay, now we're going to Alt V, and well, I messed it up. Alt V, and yeah, now Delny will be animated. Delny. Boom.
A little bit of Delny.
A little bit of Delny.
And I'll pass.
And then he says, and I'll pass. We can cut out this middle jargon. We don't need that. And then there's a little bit of dead space here. You can see in your audio.
Pass on Delny.
He doesn't say draw, so we can just go to his next game action.
Yeah.
Some people will not say draw, and they will not say upkeep. I do it just so I know where I'm at in the game. Most people, they do not. So you're kind of have to go to the next game action. That's pretty much what I do. He plays a Savannah or a Scrubland?
Scrubland.
Scrubland. It's cool. So what we're just going to do, like I said, we're just going to drag Scrubland on Alt V, and we're going to paste it in. All right.
Scrubland.
Scrubland, he says there's a little blank here.
Lotus petal.
Lotus petal. We can
Lotus petal.
drop that out. Lotus petal. Let's go drag lotus petal in. This is pretty simple stuff. I'm gonna get to the part where I actually remove the sidebar. I don't remove it in editing. I actually just click it away in a little bit. Lotus petal. Let's let lotus petal. A B C D E F G. Yes, I cannot. I don't remember letters. L. Okay. There we go. Lotus petal. Where does he say lotus petal at?
Lotus
petal. Cool. We can just drag this all the way back to there. Alt V. Boom.
Lotus petal.
Lotus petal. Okay. He doesn't say anything
you're
for,
not in
for a
Keurig.
while.
I was like, man, Scrubland.
Mox diamond.
Mox diamond. Okay, right here.
Mox diamond.
Mox diamond. We don't care about anything he said there. Sorry, Ozar. I don't care about anything he said there. All right. Not important to the game. Mox diamond.
Mox diamond.
Yep. Mox diamond. Boom.
We'll get rid of a water.
And he's getting rid of a watery
We'll
grave.
get rid of a watery grave.
Cool. Watery grave. We're going to put a watery grave art on the screen. Right there. Watery grave.
Watery
And you
grave.
notice it's
We'll get rid of a watery grave.
watery grave. Yeah, right there. We can cut. And then
And,
I move the bar here.
Just pass them.
I think I'm just passing. Okay. So we can cut right there.
I think I'm just passing.
We can actually get rid of this because it looks a little weird. Thinks he's just passing. Okay, now we can cut this out.
Thank God.
Ooh.
Draw.
Draw. Okay, he says draw.
Draw.
We can leave that in. And then we can cut this out because that looks like dead space.
Let's go. Please.
Let's see what he says. What does he say?
Please. Sad besiege you.
Sad beside you. We can leave that in. That way it doesn't sound weird. Kind of hard to cut in between like a fluent, like a fluent sentence. So we can put a beside you in. And for this, I'm actually going to redo the thing, right? So I'm going to click these dots again. I'm going to make it go down to 0. Right? Down to 0. I'm going to redo the whole thing. I'm going to go up to 4. And then now beside you is going to be the one that I'm going to control C because I don't want it to be weird offset to the left.
Please. Sad besiege you.
Sad beside you. Cool. Now I already know that's dead space.
We'll go
And then
Chromox.
Cool. Now, like, yeah. So I think you guys have gotten the point by now. I don't think I have to edit the entire video. It's just going to be me putting these in and pretty much just
Pitching chain of vapor.
saying what I'm doing. And he's pitching a chain of vapor, right? So we do chain of vapor and chain of vapor. Yep. There we go. Chain of vapor.
Pitching chain of vapor.
All right. Now, you
Nice.
can just click out of this and it'll save most of the time. It didn't used to, but now it does. So now, then you're like, how do I make a thumbnail? I don't want it just to be 4 guys sitting there playing Magic. New project, YouTube thumbnail. It literally has a tab for it. So do YouTube thumbnail. And there's some partners in this one. So partners are a little different. I'm gonna drag this up to my second monitor just for reasons that are like I don't feel like dragging them over like that. So for Kenan, he's a single commander. We can drag him up to about however big we want, really. And this is for a thumbnail that looks similar to what I use. So what you're gonna do, drag it up to about 180. I've noticed for single commanders, it's around 180. And you really want to get a good art for this too, because you really don't want like the crappy ones that are like the card is like the guy is like sticking out past the text box or whatever, like Dahada. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna like do this, right? You're gonna select. Okay, so let me actually show you what I did here. It's a little confusing. So if you're on Photopea, underneath the little mouse button, there is a. If you left click this, you can click rectangle select. And what we're gonna do, you're just gonna left click and drag down to 720, and then you're gonna make the width 320, right? And then you're gonna move it to where Kenan is centered, and you're gonna click copy, and you're just gonna paste. You're gonna click copy, and then you're gonna paste. Okay, well, for some reason it's not working. Why is it not working? Copy, paste. Oh man. Okay, well, we're just gonna, sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it's a little buggy. Okay? We're gonna do this, right? There we go. All right, messed up that one. Don't be watching. Don't watch. It's really bad. I'm really bad at this. I'm really bad at getting it right on. Okay, there we go. Now it should let us copy. Sometimes you got to click it a little bit. Sometimes you got to click it a couple times. Oh, it's because I'm not selected on the art. Oh, yeah, make sure you're selected over here on the layers. That's probably why. Copy and paste. Yep, that was it. Okay, now you guys watch me struggle for 3 minutes. I know this information and I literally forgot. Yeah, so now we got Canon on there and we got Esper Efficiency, which is a Marnius deck. So we're going to do Marnius, whatever Marnius is. Like I've been doing this for years and I still sometimes mess stuff up. So that's cool. And we're going to drag them up to about 180. 180-ish, that's fine. Just so you don't have the top and bottom. It's pretty simple stuff. And I'm going to do it like down to this, and then I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to click, copy, paste stuff, yeah. Down to 320, down to, yeah, copy, paste, and delete the OG one. Boom, drag this over. Cool. Now, if this isn't in the middle, punching the thing, then you probably messed up, and you'll probably have to restart. So now I'm going to show you how to do this for partner commanders and how the big YouTubers do it, right? Well, I don't actually know if that's how they do it. They might. So you're going to drag this up to about 75%, 75-ish. Do the same selecty thing. We're going to go down to about 360. Okay. And then we're going to go to 320. Go to 360, 360. Come on, 360. Okay, there we go. And we're going to, okay, the art needs to be a little bigger. I did mess up on that part. I thought I did. It needs to be 80. It needs to be 80. Yeah, 80 is the magic number. There we go. And we got to go over to 320. 320 is the right number. And then 360 is half of 720 because we're going to make them vertical. And boom. And then we just drag it over SEOR and we're going to copy. Oh, I just pasted it on accident. Copy, paste, and boom. Delete that, and we can drag this there. And then we're going to get Timna. Timna is a card. Timna's a card. There we go. Same thing for Timna. We're going to drag her up to about 80. And we're going to do the same thing. This is a pretty simple process. I'm just going to go ahead and make the whole thumbnail for you. And boom, 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 boom. There we go. And then try to get most of Timna in there if you can. It's fine. Try to center, copy, paste, and yeah, boom. And then I kind of try to drag it like in a spot because we have two Timnas in this in this game, so we can just make two Timnas here. Try to make it so it looks like they can be partnered with either or, like so that they're like yeah. It makes sense. It makes sense in my brain. So that like it can look like it's a Timna SEOR this way or Timna SEOR this way or Clark Timna this way or Clark Timna this way. I think it's funny if you do it that way. You don't have to do it, but it just looks confusing if there's two Timnas next to each other. Like, oh, Timna? Is that possible? Again, drag this down to like 80. I don't know why I was at 90. I think I drug it a little too far. And then you're going to do the same thing. Select, and then you're going to 360 on the height, 320 on the width. And you're going to copy paste. Literally do this over and over again. Copy paste, delete this, move this down here. Boom. Okay. Now this is your thumbnail, right? Now play to win. You know, play to win. You ever looked at the play to win thumbnail? They have white borders on their cards, right? On their arts. Blending options. Stroke. Click stroke. Change the stroke to white. Change it to inside. Yep. And now you just do this for every single one. If you want to make a play to win type thumbnail, some people don't, you know, whatever. You just kind of try to look like the best, people in the game. You just try to copy them, look like them. I mean, it's kind of how YouTube is, TBH, right? Then this is kind of like how their thumbnails look. They have like a logo, like I can throw my logo in. I don't really have a good logo, but I can try to throw my logo in. Say, yeah, here's my logo I got made by freaking a tattoo artist, right? Check it out, pretty cool. You can throw that in. You can put it like pretty much in the middle. You can throw it like right here. All right, try to make sure it's not blocking a whole lot. Yeah, and then I do that, right? This is a pretty decent looking thing. Looks really good, right? Now, if you want to add like, so I'll do this. I'm gonna make a shape, right? I do shapes. I've been doing a lot of shapes in the videos, or like a lot of shapes in the thumbnails. Just because you need a representation of what actually the game is, because you never know. Is it going to be casual? Is it going to be CDH? Oh, I don't know. I usually try to center it in the image, and I try to put it around 620. That's pretty much the gist of it. 620 is pretty decent. Probably like 150, probably 160 right here on the X. Doesn't really matter too much. People aren't going to really notice. That's like off just a little bit. I mean, they might, right? People might notice. They just don't say anything. It's so much easier to type it in. We just do like 160 and then like 620. Boom. And then you can just lock this over here. So if you actually mess up and move it, you don't. Yeah, I actually just lock all of them because it's so easily like you can just grab something that you don't want to grab. And then you delete background. Just delete the background. And then you can just copy this shape 4 times. Copy, paste, paste, paste. And then you can just make sure the shapes are underneath the sword. All right, so shape, shape, shape. And then you can just kind of drag these over. And you can put them all at 610? 610. 610. Or no, maybe it's 620. 620. I think 620. Yeah, 620. You can scroll this over. Around 500 is good enough. Nope, nope. Back a little bit. 490. 485, maybe. Yeah, it seems good. Then 620. Boom, and then lock. And then this one, same thing. Try to get like looking kind of centered on the thing. Looking like 805. Yeah, 805, 620. You can lock that one. And this one is 1125. And you can do 610 on that one. Or is it? Oh, wait, what? No, that's not what I meant to do. Yeah, sometimes it messes up. Sometimes it doesn't do it right. So 1125 and 1125. Click, and then 620. 620. Blah, 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 blah. Do it right this time, please. 1125. It messes up a lot. Sometimes. It messes up a lot. It messes up a lot sometimes. And then the sword's a little big. We could probably unlock that. And we could probably just like center it and drag it down just a little bit. Right. A little bit more. And just a little bit more. There we go. All right. And that's how I do most of my thumbnails. Right. Then we can log it and we can do some text. Right. I'm going to actually just make the thumbnail for the video. I always use a specific text. I use Alpha Slab 1. You don't have to use that one. You can make your own font. You can find your own font. Don't use mine so that our videos don't look the same. Right. Boom. Well, it'd actually help if you made the text the right size. There we go. Can we please type C? There we go. Oh, well, probably want the caps on. C. There we go. And we just boom through that. It's probably like 620 as well. 620. And yeah, then we blending options, stroke. We can put a black stroke on it because it won't show up on white. Or the white won't show up on white. And then we just lock the C as well. Never know what can happen. And then we just do E, right? And then we just boop, beep, bop, boopy, boop, bop, beep, bop. Throw it right. Probably 620 there as well. Might have to downsize this a little bit. Just a little bit. It's going to look a little funky, but it's fine. We're going to do 620 as well. Boom. And then you just throw the stroke on this. Boom. And now the swords are kind of messing me up. Sword's messing me up. We can just drag it up just a little bit. Right there. And that's fine. The sword's fine now. E. Okay. Next up, we do D. Right. I think we all know how to do this stuff. We can all like read and type stuff. Blending, stroke. Yep, looks good. It's probably a little uneven there, but Can't be bothered to fix it. Then highlight that. We can just make this a little small. Boom. And do the stroke on this one as well. And 620. 620. Yeah, sometimes it messes up and does the X instead of the Y. Can't explain it. It's just fine. D can be 620 as well. We do have to go back and do the D's as well. E is at 620. Cool. Everything's at 620. H just looks a little small because H is like an awkward thing to try to fit into something. Can't explain why. H is like bigger. Then that's good, right? That's all. Looks good. Looks good. Cool. Now we just click File and we export it as PNG because it'll be small enough. It's like 150 KB off of being too big. And this looks good, right? This is clickable. CDH has the logo, recognizable, pretty good, pretty clean, I think, in my opinion. You could also, like, if you wanted to do stuff with the shapes, like try to make them pop a little more, you could do strokes on the shapes as well. You don't have to do this. You can totally do this though. You can do it like in a different color, like a blue or a white or something. Make them pop. Well, I guess white doesn't really do anything, but you can do it like this. I kind of do a couple of different ones as well. Sometimes I'll take the logo off and I'll throw versus symbols up on there or whatever. But yeah, this is pretty much all I do. This is literally all I do. I just do this every time I make a video. I just edit like this and it looks good, right? Yeah, and then you can just leave that. And then if you want to do hands, it's pretty much the same thing. You just do it a little different. You go to Photopea again, click on Photopea, new projects, Facebook image. I do 1920 by 1080 or whatever. Same plan. Canon. I take Canon. I blow Canon up this big. Doesn't really matter for the size. I lock Canon, delete this background, draw Canon in, make Canon 80. You can put like text on the screen. You can be like Canon big flips or whatever the name of the deck is. And then you just throw like whatever the hand is. Say Captain Elves, a Lotus Petal. Let's say I went down to 4, right? And I had Mystic Remora and, I don't know, like a Green Sun Zenith or something. Now we can take all these, select them all, and go to 45 with all of them. And you just throw them up on screen like this. Oh, I didn't put a land in there. Let's say I put a land in there as well. I don't know. This hand's Lotus Petal Fish, dude. OP. No, let's say I actually did keep a land. Let's say I kept like a Mana Confluence or something. Oh, it goes down to 12. Let's just go back up to 45. And then all these are 1-drops, but I would drop the one that's the most hard to cast and put Mana Confluence in first. And be boom, boom, and boom. Right. Oh, this looks okay. And then I'll just export this and yeah, I would just throw it into DaVinci Resolve and it'd be cool at the beginning, and then you just voice over it in DaVinci Resolve. Boom. Okay, so I was talking about doing voiceovers in DaVinci Resolve, right? How you do that. I'm just going to show you. I can't actually do it because I don't have a video edited currently, but I can show you how I do it, right? So basically, when you come here, if you're trying to do a voiceover of the entire thing and you don't want to do the audio of the actual thing, you just come here. You put input and you input your mic source, and then you just click effects, and you can do. I do a noise gate, so there's no background noise. But you can, and you just click R, and then you just click the record button. And if you don't want to hear yourself, you can just change your thing to random things so you can't hear it. But yeah, this is my editing process. This is all I do. This is me. This is I think that's everything I have to say. I think that's pretty much everything. I've covered pretty much everything that you need to know. There's not a whole lot of other things you need to know. I guess how to record OBS or how to record Spelltable. You just set up an OBS account and then just click record. Pretty much, it's pretty much the whole thing. Yeah. Other than that, I don't have a whole lot to say. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Leave a like and subscribe. This is just like a one-off random video I wanted to post on a Friday. So yeah, good luck on your content creation goals and life goals, I guess, too. Drink water, eat healthy. I don't know. What do other people say? Yeah. Anyways, peace out.